We've talked on the show before about how a number of Canadians have moved away from the city since starting work from home during the pandemic. And our own Jules is one of those people. She was in my neighborhood. Now she's gone. She's currently in the middle of renovations in her beautiful historic home. And of course, you're doing it in an eco-friendly way, right, Jules?
Oh, you betcha. You betcha. Oh, Trace, I can't even tell you how much we're loving living out here. It's just that new sort of slow pace, slow living. I keep laughing. I don't know if you remember Green Acres. Do you remember the show Green Acres? Yeah. My husband keeps laughing, telling me I'm Zsa Zsa Gabor, you know. All I can tell you, Trace, is I am the talk of the town, okay? Anyways, we are renovating our new house. And I don't like to use the word renovating. I like to call it refresh. Because renovating, you know, we want to do it sort of sustainably. And you know what? One of the biggest issues that people have, or one of the biggest things that are sitting in our landfill, is construction and demolition waste. It's over 12% of what is in landfill. And 90% of that is the demo. So if you ever want to do anything sustainably, just try to work with what you already have.
Ooh, I agree with that 1,000%. And I love the visual of you just traipsing into town in your heels. Now, I can't wait to see what you've been doing. What room are you showing us today?
Okay, the first one we're going to tackle is my daughter Mimi's bedroom. Okay, so here we go. Now, I want to make, doesn't it look great? But I think it's important that you see some before shots. So this room was completely covered in wallpaper. And it just was a wallpaper that wasn't really going to work for a 15-year-old girl. We did end up taking it down. But I can tell you, it is not difficult to do, and you do not need any kind of chemicals or anything like that. It's just hot, warm water, a little bit of soap, and a lot of elbow grease. So what you want to do though, Trace, is you want to try to make sure you're getting the wallpaper to come off in one strip so that you can repurpose it. We were able to save some of that wallpaper and we used it as artwork in the room. And we even, Tracy, look at this. I lined the drawers in her dresser with the original wallpaper. Wow. How cute is that? And I can tell you every Christmas present for the next 10 years is going to be wrapped in yellow floral wrapping paper. So, you know, it's so great to try to reuse that. So once the wallpaper was off, we decided to do a great coat of paint. That's my other tip. Look for a non-toxic paint. Now that does sound pretty obvious, but when you are working with an old home like this, you will find that a lot of the rooms were painted with oil paint. And I'm here to tell you that because oil was there before, you do not need to use it again. So we used a Benjamin Moore water-based paint, so amazing, from the Regal line, and we went with Oxford white. Just, you know, just that classic white paint to create the canvas so that we could add in the character to the room later. Okay, so the next is the bedding. Finding sustainable, affordable bedding that you and a teenager both like is not as hard as one thinks. This is a great duvet set, very affordable. We got it at IKEA, and Tracy, it's made out of recycled polyester and feels amazing. The other thing I want to touch on quickly too, if you're looking at doing things sustainably, is looking at the air quality. You want to bring in either an air purifier that will just take out any toxins in the air, take out any pollutants, any pollen, any odors. And IKEA has just come out with their brand new one, which is amazing. Not only does this totally purify the air, it looks so cool. Now, you can purify the air too, Trace, the old-fashioned way with a bunch of plants, right? And they also make fantastic eco decorating tools. So decorating with plants is great. These ones are super great. They're a little crispy wave, they call them. They're ferns. And they are, you know, scientifically proven to convert CO2 into oxygen.
Lastly, we're thrifting, aren't we?
Oh, Trace, we are gonna get our thrift on, okay? This is my absolute favorite thing to do, favorite way to decorate. Finding something that you've already had that thought had no life, or even better, finding something that someone else thought had no life and getting it back. It's so amazing. So the little bedside table here, I thrifted for a whopping $11.99. Gave it a fresh coat of paint, went with my favorite hot yellow, which is actually called St. Elmo's Fire. It's a Benjamin Moore color. We love that as well.
Thanks, Julia. Great ideas to inspire us all to save the planet one room at a time.